such an asshole.
So if you go back to case number one, you saw that someone was kind enough, an agent in the field, emailed in his story dating preacher's girls. And I was talking about how if you're in the thick of it, and especially if you are a real Christian or a real religious man and you believe it and you're expecting to have a Christian wife, a godly woman, you are handicapped and you're completely blind in one eye. One side of you is completely blind because you do not realize, one, that all religions are within society, especially here in the West, and women are going to abide by these secular rules outside of the church. And two, the vast majority of people, male or female, but in this case, female, because you're interested in them, are not real Christians. They're not real Christians. And what I have seen, as I said before, in case number one, I've had a handful actually of male friends who were like trying to find a Christian girl because they were real Christians. And they kept running into it. And then I was benefits of not being in the church, being secular, yet having the experience and knowledge of a preacher's kid. I'm like, well, that's what's happening. They're not Christian gals. Oh no, they were sucking that guy's dick the other day. I saw they had dick suck fest over there, and those girls were lined up. They still had the crucifixes on. I don't know why. Maybe it was Sunday. They were coming. It was. That's right. It was. They went to early service, then they went to the Perkins, and then they walked right over to Dick Suck Fest 2013. It was all there. They forgot to take off the thing. Maybe it was their shtick. Anyway, the point was that you guys are playing two sets of rules and playing blind and playing with a hand tied behind your back. And to help you out, we've got, I don't really believe in the phrase, but you got to raise awareness. You guys don't know, you don't know what you're dealing with right now. And so even though it says Asshole Consulting is closed, it says $500 minimum because I'm trying to finish the book. This is an interesting enough topic to me that if you do have your dating stories about Christian women, I've cited mine many times in the past. I don't have to go through it. To raise awareness and show you young kids. We did the same thing with real world marriage, still taking those. So if you have a real world marriage story, so every you're not listening to who's the idealist, Ben Shapiro, and then Matt Walsh, and then also Dave Ramsey. You cannot afford to listen to those people on this specific topic. The other topics they're fine on, but they're dangerous. So I want to kind of help you Christian dudes out there. Here's what it is, and just save yourself a bunch of pain and agony. Also, I linked to it below. I wish I should have thought of this before. Rollo Tomasi has a book on this that's more addressing it than any book I have. So I'm just going to refer to his. His is called Religion by Rollo Tomasi. Please go get it. It's specifically for all religions because secularism and feminism is invading all religions. Yet for you guys who wish to remain true, yet then get married and have kids, that'd be a great book to have. This comes from Apollo. One of the guys in my young adult church group of 30 people actually has autism and is very literal and doesn't understand social situations. He asked one of the girls how much she would charge to be his girlfriend. Is he autistic or is he just cutting to the chase, Apollo? That's what I want to know. Honestly, I've said many times before, you tell me what the difference is between the guy paying for student loan debt, a ring, subsidizing a house, subsidizing it. By the way, women will contribute, but they contribute like I had to ballpark it 40, maybe 30%. The guys are still heavily subsidizing it. Then you get divorced, or you're dating a girl, you got to take her out on dates. I'm sorry, it is the difference between cash and barter. I always ask the question, well, what about a Walmart card or an Amazon card? What about that? Is that prostitution or is that dating? Is that love or is that prostitution? Which one is it? Maybe he's busy. Maybe he doesn't have time. Hey, how much? I got a job going on. I got my master's classes. I gotta go and how much? Just how? Well, isn't that seeking arrangement? Now they say it ain't anymore. You can't use words like offer or Oh, I think they even got rid of arrangement, didn't they? It's just called seeking. What he's the kid that points out the emperor has no clothes. That's what it is. That's what he is. And yes, that is a failure to read social situations. And yes, that would be on the autism spectrum, which I found out Asperger's is part of. All Asperger kids are autistic, but not autistic kids are Asperger. I found that out in my research for the book coming up. I think he stumbled onto some red pill YouTube. I have noticed that hot babes don't go to church. The ones there are leftovers, sadly, even at large metro churches. The hot ones there are avoiding sex and commitment. You got to give me more to go on, Apollo. Like, are they the born again and I'm a virgin again? There's born again, then a born again virgin. I don't go to church. And I don't. I think I've been to church 6 years ago. And yes, I was scoping out if there are any hot chicks. I'm like, no, not really. Like, oh, I banged that guy's wife. I literally, I won't lie. I'm not even, yeah, there I was. I'm not Christian, but this is why I sit in the back and I go only if there's other reasons for me to go. I'm like, oh yeah, I banged her. It's the sermon was good though too. I did listen to the sermon. Oh yeah, when I go after his wife too. Sure. Oh, don't let a cappy into the church. Just don't let. Um, Lots of single girls going on travel trips, being modern and doing everything but producing children and practicing becoming a wife. Well, that's secular. And women, look, I'll defend women again. They can do what they want with their lives. It's their lives. We're in a very, very entertaining and interesting spot in history where you get to see when one sex completely abandons the other in a traditional role setting. They abandon their traditional roles. And I'm like, woo, this is going to look good. It's going to be interesting. I mean, in the end, yeah, they'll probably be sad and upset and boo hoo hoo. But um, don't. I know you're religious, but don't force your religion on secular people, particularly women. They can go to where you may have a point of hypocrisy to point out is they're Christian girls and like party, which is the ones that I and everyone else dated and account for 95% of the women in the church. But that's why I wanted to do that. Like, look, secular girls, at least you know what you're dealing with. Like, no, I'm not religious. Okay, well, okay, good to know. Christian girls, 95% of the time, it's a lie. So now you got to deal with this bullshit. And then there's the 5% like, hey, how you doing? And I'm sorry, gals. And I know. the one, like, you're like, oh, that is actually a Christian. You're like, wow, you are boring. You are not wearing the sexy heels now, are you? You are not doing that. No. Yes, we better get right away to making some Christians. A Christian woman would say that, yes, and be serious about it too. Can we have a little secular fun? Can you just get the French maid outfit or the nurse outfit? You could put for Christ, for Christ. By the way, do you chat to Coach Greg Adams offline? Occasionally, I do have his number. He's in Vegas. We occasionally text every once in a while. Curious why he thinks seeking arrangement, aka junior college, is possible for every city. I'm in DC, Maryland, Virginia, and there are maybe 2 girl profiles that might not be fake bots. Then you have to pay $100 just to message them and they'll come in on the end to answer you. All right, so someone had sent me a request about 2 years ago about seeking arrangement. And he explained it to me, and I had some follow-up questions. I'd have to look at him. There's like statistics and all that. And this was when they were switching over to just seeking, I believe, because you weren't allowed to offer. So I'm wondering, when did Coach Greg talk about that? Because it sounds like it might be different now, obviously. I also have a friend who did seeking arrangement about 5 years ago, and it was good. There, huh? See? A little Christianity fit just and it was good. See how slippy? Not even Christian. Right like that. Look at that curveball going right into the mitt. All right. He had the girls come over. There was sexy time sometimes. He just wanted them to come over and have a good time. And he was a really good looking guy. And he was like, I don't have time for this. He was very much a high-end professional, drop dead gorgeous, good looking man. Like just a 10. He was a 10. He hasn't been on it in years, in part because he got fat, and he's exhausted with the girls. But I think it was probably the same thing where at one time, at one time online dating, you could find a cute girl. It wasn't a bot. Bots didn't exist, and she'd show up. But there's got to be a rule like Moore's law. Someone in IT, not me, do this for me. Like Moore's law says the computing power of computers or the processing power of computers doubles every 18 months. Isn't that Moore's law? It's something like that. I think it's 18 months and it doubles. There'd be kind of a reverse Moore's law applied to any online dating or hookup platform, any male female dating platform, and maybe even for a gay, bi, whatever gay community. Let me know if you might have seen this, where it starts off and it was good, and then it just tanks as it's whatever swarmed by virgin nerdy guys, as it's swarmed by bots, as the women complain, whatever, and you got to come up with Bumble, and now the girls got to contact, but then they don't have enough of it. Like it just can't. Like the best time for a dating app is the day it comes out plus a year, and then it's almost guaranteed through the reverse Moore's law that it just turns into plenty of fish. I mean, is that even around? Oh God, hang on. Hey guys. Plenty of fish, South Dakota, huh? You wanna, huh? All right, here we go. Plenty of fish. Is it? Here it is. Here it is. Plenty of fish. Okay. Welcome, the most welcome way to date. Oh, accept. All right. How do I search? Man, even the people they have up on the front page is not good looking. Where's the search? Where's the search? Do I have to? I don't want to register. I don't want to sign up. Wait, about features. Check out the virtual gallery here. Enter gallery. What the hell? We're on a mission to make dating more welcoming. That's why we want to show you dick pics. No, not these type of dick pics. Just a bunch of pictures of wholesome guys named Richard. Because we believe dating should be full of nice people. Dick around. Okay. Oh God. It just. How old am I to think that you could just go to a website and just search? Okay. Jesus. Let's try this. Plenty of fish. Rapid City, South Dakota. Let's see what maybe a Rapid City singles. Okay, here it is. Plenty of fish, Rapid City singles. Continue. I don't want to be a member. God, Jesus. Okay, yeah, that's what I'd expect. Yep. Nose pierced, pink hair. Find out how dating should be. I don't want to. Is there a thing we could just search? Meet singles in Rapid City. No, just city dating. Okay, Bardell Campo S. Okay, this is in Espanol. Okay, that's a naked cartoon. Okay, all right. I'm glad I'm not dating. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm so glad I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it. This alone was already. I'd be like, I got things to do. Set up a username and password. No, I will pay that woman $1,000. I'm not doing a username and password. All right, let's get back. So all right, to get back to your question, I think at one time, I'm gonna guess that Coach Greg Adams' dating advice was a little dated. So it's like 4 or 5 years old and probably different because, yeah, I can't imagine. That was what my buddy was saying. Is there's no good looking girls anymore on these apps, and so a girl in every town, yeah, but dude, I just tried to look up on something that should have been free. I can't imagine what it is. Like, yeah, if you got to pay to for there was you got to pay to get a subscription, then you got to pay to text these people. No, no. I don't know how many more signs you guys need to know that women just don't like you that much. And that the best way you're going to do it is you see the girl, you go talk to her like simple question. You single? That's it. That's all there's my dating strategy. Troy Francis Light. You see the cute girl, you go up there, you single? Or maybe some a little different. I don't know. You could use the Troy Francis one. Excuse me. I just fell in love with you a little bit back there. I just had to talk to you, but it was just a little bit. I'm like, you sly dog. Yeah, the online dating is worthless. You and he are in Vegas and Pahrump, so lots of pro girls there. Well, okay, now Pahrump is different. Hang on, let me get this. Pahrump is in Nye County where prostitution is legal in Nevada. Some counties in Nevada, prostitution is legal. Pahrump is a town in Nye County, which is one of them. The bunny ranches of which are way the hell down, quite literally on the California border. And so you'll come into Pahrump and it's like, and I thought, did you go to the bunny ranch? I'm like, I didn't see any bunny ranches. No one told me they're way the hell off the main drag. And so, yeah, I mean, if you live in Pahrump, I don't know if that's where Coach Greg lives, but I gotta follow up with him. Yeah, Pahrump, sure, that's in your backyard. You don't have to fly in or do nothing. But not everyone lives in Pahrump or what is it, Reno? I think it's legal out there. Don't quote me on that. It's Virginia City. But the vast majority of counties are not. You don't have prostitution that's legal. But good luck for the guys in Pahrump. Every girl I talk to who does OnlyFans doesn't want to meet in person, even for a top price. Right? I can understand that they don't want to. They're not there to fall in love. They're there to make money. Look, maybe I could introduce a new concept, and Christian guys introduce this too as well. What would the world look like if girls liked you? Okay, think about that. If the girls really liked you, really like men, what would that look like? They may not be banging down your door and asking you out in equal measure, all right? But they would be nice. They would dress pretty. They would have long hair and look feminine. They would, I imagine, because I really don't think they're that stupid. They can't be. It's a psychological, emotional reason. Women are smarter than that. They know men don't like fat chicks. That's why they all, ooh, thin this, thin that, thin. But at the same hand, proud. Oh, I'm beautiful. Listen to Lizzo and all that. So deep down inside, they know that. If women liked you, they would let you know. And it's true. If women like you, they'll let you know. But that should tell you how few women are interested in the vast majority of guys. Okay, average height, 5'9". Pretty good looking guy, won't lie. Got 8.7 back on Hot or Not when that was a thing. The only way I got girls in any kind of consistent regularity to make it clear, oh, I think she's flirting with me, was through dancing. Not even just necessarily dancing, but being the dance instructor or being the economics instructor, where I'm in front of and leading is situational alpha, as it were. Right? Then it was like, oh, okay. And even then, those dates kind of most of them went nowhere or anything like that. If you're at Bible study, is Susie sitting next to you? Is Susie hanging around like, hey, we should all go get beers or something like that? Is there any opening? Or are they just going there for I don't know what reason, but not to meet men? I want to know this. Let me ask the Christian guys out there. You got all these Christian singles groups, right? You got Christian single Bible study, right? Do any relationships form out of those? I haven't heard of it. And I know a fair amount of Christian guys who went to those things. They never met any girls. So just stop. You know what? I got to do a whole video on that. Hang on. Just bear with me. What would it look like if women liked you? Stop putting all. Okay. There we go. Thank you for guys. If we change the assumption from girls are just playing hard to get and they like to be chased to, nah, girls don't like you that much. The consequences change for your responsibility. If it were the way we thought it was, that girls play hard to get, tee flirt, and you got to prove yourself, and girls just have whatever a genetic, natural disinclination to approach men, it would then be your responsibility to continue pursuing. But what if they really don't like you that much? And if you keep pursuing, they get annoyed. Do you start to see there's that pillar about unwanted talking, texting, touching, I get, all this other stuff, which, half of the things listed on this pink pillar in the United Kingdom was like, that's how you get to know a girl. That's how you introduce yourself. Is harassment or is not right or whatever. So now, if you go through my philosophy or you assume my premise, women don't like men, a lot of things start making sense. Like when you do approach girls, they go, "Oh no, they're just playing hard to get and they're cowardly." And maybe I gotta come up with a strategy. I gotta be clever. No, they start viewing that as harassment. You see what I'm saying? Because they really don't like you. And that bears out in the real world. I know it's an individual base. If a girl really likes you and you talk to her, she'll be fine. But if she doesn't, that's more. I mean, I'm going for the vast majority of everybody out there. And also deducing from that is if girls don't really like you and you approaching them is annoying to them, then your responsibility in getting together with women only goes half. It is an adroit, polite, civil, innocent inquiry of interest. And girls then, and this is the important thing, girls have half the responsibility to show that they're interested or give an indication. I'm not even asking him to ask one. That would be treating them as true equals. Like, nope, you will ask a guy out half the time. The guys will ask out you half the time. Well, you girls are absolutely inferior in this one angle, this one aspect, and that is courage. You will cry. I've seen it. You will cry and pain yourself months before just asking a guy out and getting it done and over with. But I'm talking philosophically, logically, even ethically. If girls are not interested in you and approaching them under the old assumption that girls need to be pursued results in them being annoyed and harassment and all that, men need to scale back and then women need to step up and kind of, you don't have to like hold a sign, hey, I want you to take me out, but you could like sit next to the guy, right? And all of that I'm pointing out is that women have a responsibility to you to show some interest. And you are no longer 100% responsible for making it happen. Have you guys noticed how that works? As I've gotten older, I step back like, my God, the lengths I went to try to be clever, to try to be witty, to be at the right place at the right time, to do that, to do this, to do that. Now I'm going to get that. I'm going to set up my apartment this way. The amount of tailoring and what's the word I'm looking for? Tailoring, doting, the attention to detail, every angle you could pop to like, okay, now she'll go. How about this? Hey, you know what? This is me. My name is Bobby Bobson, and I'm a good Christian. And here it is, and I'm in shape, and I got an okay car, and I kind of let people know, oh yeah, I'm a senior accountant. And now bang on the table equality. Now it's kind of up to a girl to kind of like, oh, hi, Bobby Bobson. What's it like? Where do you work? What company is that? Oh, that's interesting. Or I always, like, Hey, you guys want to grab beers? I would do that at volleyball. I'm like, hey, want to grab beers? No one picked up on it. Not even the guys. I'm like, guys, do you guys want it? No, we're going to get home. For what? You're 26. And your life is going to go so much better. And you're going to stop wasting so much time and so much energy. We're like, oh, wait, that's right. They are human beings. They also have responsibility. So that's what I would recommend to you Christian guys in your single dating groups or Christian singles groups. Like, show up, do your thing, demonstrate your knowledge. See if there's any girls that is, keep an eye out. I'm going to bet not a single one based on the experiences of my Christian friends. And you're certainly not going to say, hey, who wants to go get food? Who wants to get Perkins? That was what we do in the day. That was the stop between the bar and the nightclub to maybe the girl coming home with you was Perkins. Yeah, we're eating, we're sobering up. Yeah, no, you know what you're doing now. Yeah, now you come to my place. Perkins. If they're not giving you an opportunity or opening, they don't like you. And I think just why would you go to a singles group? They don't work. Unless this was just, the handful of mine there. But I almost got to imagine they don't work. All right. Perhaps we have some experienced agents and Christian agents in the field out there. Nonstop Trey, $2. Can't be so short. People think he's born again. Jeez. Trey. Hope you're doing well in the Middle East, Trey. Yeah, actually, I hope you're safe in the Middle East. Don't know what's going on there. Jorge S, $5. Plenty of fish where the fish look like the ones found in the Marianas Trench. Yeah. Federal Reserve has committed treason. $2. Dating guys are about to be drafted for World War III. No. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. I don't think they're going to get drafted for World War III. Nonstop Drake, $2. What's the difference between marriage and prostitution? There's some vows, and with the marriage, you owe half. A marriage is more expensive. That literally is the main. There's some legal requirements, and it's way more expensive, and there's no variety. I'm sorry. There's love. There's love in marriage. Yeah, right. Hand clogs, $2. Christianity is nearly dead in the West. Yep. Yes, it is. Nonstop Drake, $2. But Cappy, women chase and love T-Rash. Right. Is he the good Christian guy? I've always said if you're in the top 5%, the laws of physics change. They switch 180 for you. Go watch my video on what it's like to be a 10. It's completely different. They're throwing themselves at you. It's very clear. It's very obvious. Hatton Clogs, $2. Lure to a robot dog overlords. Be happy. Thank you, Hatton Clogs. Artful Clone, $5. I wonder what women would do if most men simply started paying for it. It is cheaper than being in a relationship with them after all. I don't think most women want that relationship, obviously. There'd only be a small segment of the population, as there always has been, that would engage in a very clear and explicit financial transaction for sex. Me being the economist philosopher, I'm like, there is no difference. There isn't. There's a lot more negotiation and foreplay and talking and dating and courtship and all that other bullshit, which is really, truly a chronological price you're paying. But in the end, it is resources for sex. It always has been that. I don't know. You would think women would get upset because the men aren't paying them attention anymore, but if we go based off of what I'm seeing in the market, what if, let's say there were 10% of really nice women or just women who like sex, and they're perfectly fine with it, and they are able to satiate the entire population of men. Would not the 90% of women who are constantly asked out and harassed and bothered by men, won't they be okay with that? Would you be all right? Imagine this, ladies, and we ain't going to get any comments in the comment section. 10% of the women will say, look, we'll satisfy these men, and these guys won't bother you anymore because they're getting it on the regular over here. Would you, given how much there's complaints, would you like that? You wouldn't be bothered. Men wouldn't be harassing you. They just go and pay for it. Prawn kind of serves that point a little bit. And it's already happening. The number of Zoomer men and men in general asking women out has just dropped like a rock. In part, I gotta imagine because of prom, but also in part, I think lower testosterone and women have told it. Just it's very clear women don't like men that much, and they've told men so. So men are getting satisfied with porn. There's less harassment. There's less raisoning. Those rates have dropped. Are you girls happy with that? Is that not an improvement? Did you know, Mad $2? Troy Francis cold approach is better than Tinder. Well, okay, look, any cold approach, you got to be funny, guys. You got to be okay. I'm going to give you another one. Okay, you get your glasses, right? If you don't have glasses, go get fake ones. Okay, came up with this one. You go up to the girl. No, without the glasses. Without the glasses. Okay. See, I can't tell if you're pretty. Can I put on my glasses to see if you're pretty? And then you put them on. You're like, oh my God, you are. You single. The gray one's got some simple ones. You got a boyfriend? Very simple. Usually there's a prop, there's a thing, there's a quip, there's an innocent little joke you can make. I don't know, she's shopping for apples. Okay, how would you think about the apples? Nothing's coming to mind right now. Usually a little more quick on my mind. There's a girl looking for apples. What would I do? You go up. You like apples? She's like, yeah. Like, want to go on a date sometime? We'll go eat some apples. I mean, it's just this does not have to be Bill Burr level hilarious, but just like, well, you want to go on a date? We go eat some apples. I go, just like, I don't really like apples. I don't really. I'm more of an orange guy, but you're cute. I want to take you out. I'll act like I like apples when I really like oranges, but I'll let you get to know that. When you get to know me better, I'll confess my inevitable preference for oranges over apples. Girl's gonna be giggling and laughing. Although no guarantee, I've had some gals in the past where like apples. Why? I was like, look, I'm not here to raising you. There's a million people around. I just nonstop Dre, $2. I'm safe and the women really like. Good, Dre. Good. I'm glad the ladies like you. I hope you're meeting some nice gals out there and you're getting a date or two. Look, Dre, send me and Chad some pictures for God's sake. Email us. Dr. Paradox, $10. There's this Christian girl down the street from my mother who is still holding out for me. What? It's creepy on so many levels. It bothers even her mother a bit. You know who I am. So, oh yes, so enjoy I am. So enjoy the laugh. Yes. City Sleuth, $5. Hey, Cappy, my brother started doing liberal arts majors who wants to be an art teacher. Why do you, okay, City Sleuth, I don't know what your relationship is with your brother, but assuming it's good, do you not love and care about your brother? You have to stop him. Or make an effort to. And because you're going to regret it if you don't. Make at least one attempt to stop him. Give him the book Worthless. And don't just, oh my God, Cappy, you paid me $5. The least you can do is go stop him. That doesn't cost you anything. To say a Bronx, $5. Most women I've seen go to church to gossip and hit up confessions just in case. I do remember banging a Christian or a Catholic girl. And literally the next morning, you want to go to mass? I'm like, what? She went to confession. I'm like, okay, that's odd. She ended up going back together with her ex-boyfriend. And the way I found out is a friend of mine was teaching a tango class and they were both in it. And she says, hey, wasn't that girl you were running around? I'm like, yeah. What about her? Like, she was in with this guy. I said, was the guy like 6'2", 6'3", dark and handsome? Like brunette and, full set of hair? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. I wonder what happened to her. She was like this. She had a cleaning company. All she did was clean houses on the side. She worked at a furniture store. And I always want to know what happened to her. I always want to know. Just like, "Okay, lady, I can't all right, fine." This was the laughing stage back when Cappy was a single man. Nonstop trade, $2. Cappy, Operation Evil, manlet mingle dating. Oh, yes, we could say the girls all like short guys. What was it? Short King Summer? Is that what it was? Artful Clone, $5. I don't have it on hand at the moment, but I've read feminist articles criticizing men for using sex workers. They really can't make up their minds. It's like the passport bros. Like, out of all the different groups of women that treat their men the poorest, I would have to say would be within the black community, because man, they just full sold you guys out for a government check, and I have never seen. I mean, we got our own complaints about everyone, I'm sure, but I'm like, my God, a black woman could just clean up house if you want to find a black man. You be thin, nice, and don't yell at him and call him stupid. I mean, it's like if there's a battle, the battle of the Somme and the war of the sexes, it is within the black community. So then the brothers, they're like, well, F this, I'm out, I'm gonna go overseas and whatever else. And they don't have monopoly on that. Obviously, there's other men who've been doing the same. But then the sisters get all pissed. How dare you go? They're stupid. They don't know nothing. They're uneducated. I'm like, oh yeah, you with your social justice degree, you're highly educated. Yeah, with your student loan bailout begging. Yeah, you're top notch. It's like, what do you care? You literally told them they were worthless. I mean, summarizing the many arguments I've heard, you literally told all the black dudes they're worthless. They say, well, okay, fine, I'm leaving. And how dare you? Well, what are they supposed to do? I cake can eat it too. There it is. I don't know. I hang on. Let me. We got obviously a couple black dudes in the audience here. We got Dre. What are the chances of having a reasonable, rational discussion with the black female community about treating you guys nicer and maybe being sweet and kind and demure? What do you think the chances of that? No, no, see if we were polite about it, do you think it would work? Nonstop Drake. $2. Cappy's too short to think on his feet or knees. You keep going, Drake. Nonstop Trey. I've already sent Chad pictures and I know. Oh, that bastard. He hasn't sent me the pictures. You know what it is? He was with his girl. That's what it was. He was being Chad. Jorge S, $5. I'm living in a major metro city, and holy cow, is it easy to stand out when you work out 5 times a week and have good posture? Yeah. Yes, it is. Competition is not that hard. Mark Magana, another Latino agent in the field, $5. Women like men. 37-year-old single mom waitress at my breakfast spot seems to suddenly like me a lot since she found out what I do for a living. Yes, Mark, by the way, is a very successful real estate investor, not the dude bro type, an actual really success. Yes, they like men with money. The 30s, look at how many 37-year-old single mom waitress. Oh, okay, only 3. Seems to really like you all of a sudden, eh, Mark? No kidding. No kidding. Huh. I never saw that coming. All right, we're way off the base from the Christian. Do send in your dating stories, Christian, man. I want and the good ones too. Send me in the good ones. Like, well, yeah, and then we got married and she hasn't divorced me yet. And we're like, Wisdom Vision Productions, $2. It'd be easy to get black women to stop twerking. I it, I got a lot to worry about, but I look at that, I'm like, it's kind of like watching a line drive to the nuts on the third baseman. You're just like, God, jeez. What? No one deserves what? Like, where'd the hate come from? What? Where? What? Is T Rash and Pookie and Ray Ray, are they like really ruining the reputations of all? Hell no, you ain't gonna date Charlie the plumber. Um, Yaks. Is that Woolons? It looks like Woolons from Cowboy Bebop. What is that? Korean won? 500, I think Korean won. New subscriber from a shithole where hypermaterialism is rampant, South Korea. Our work is my cure. Thanks. Oh, no problem. You guys have a very interesting thing going on there. That's the lowest birth rate in all the developed world. And feminism, it's not an angry, pissed off feminism. But it's definitely we don't need men feminism out there. It is. Are you Korean ethnically? Or are you an American over there just hanging out? City, you don't have to do a super chat. I'm just curious. City Sleuth, $5. I warned him about it, and I was accused of being jealous and negative. I'll just stay tuned for the show. There you go. Desea Bronx, $5. When I told my black mom that I wanted a nice girl if I get one, and she went nuclear. See, okay, why would your own mom betray? I'm very highly critical of modern day parents. Yeah, okay, I get it. But why would your mom not want you to have a nice, sweet girl? She wants you to have a mean, hateful, hurtful one? At some point, it gets so absurd. Like, wait, what? You want me? To say it, let me tell you this in case you hadn't heard it. So I was dating 2 girls at a time. All right. One inevitably became the GF, the other one did not. The one that did not was already on the way out because I said, no, I don't want to date you anymore. Da da da. And she got all pissed off, says, you just like that other girl because she treats you nice and cooks for you. It's like, yes, but look how warped that mentality is. How dare you like a girl that treats you nice? They're fucked up. They're fucked up. Not all of them, but that's it. And here's another example of what I saw. But that's your mom. It's your own mom. Almost came out of her wheelchair. For you wanted to have a nice. Do you see how warped? Girls don't like men, or women don't like men. Artful Clone, $5. My life is already good. I don't need asshole consultant for anything, but I really like your content. So here are a few more dollars you get. Well, thanks, Artful Clone. You can appreciate it. Where are all donations going? We're kind of done with all the fixing up. Everything's done with the fixing up. Oh no. Radon. I take it back. All donations today and probably into the foreseeable future will be going to a radon elimination system. I tested my house for radon, which you should do when you're a homeowner. Do it, or living at an apartment, especially on the ground floor. Test your radon. It's a gas. You can't smell it, odorless, and it causes cancer. And it's no joke. This isn't like some dipshit health podcast. Like, oh my God, fluoride's going to kill everyone. The magnesium is taking on an isotope. Blah. Eat more rutabaga. It's not that. No. It's no joke. And I got ours as 4 times the recommended amount. I'm like, oh. So I get to have a radon abatement system put in, which range anywhere from $400 to $8,000. So I'm going to be doing my research. Jorge S. $5. I might go to the Scientology church and add to the religious girls database. I don't know. That sounds culty. I mean, I don't know. Like I said before, they're within a secular society. It doesn't matter. Them being in any religion, I don't think, unless it's Muslim or an Orthodox old school church or synagogue, I don't think you're going to find in any old church. It's not going to matter. It's not going to change them. Dr. Paradox, $5. Cappy thinks Korean won is Cowboy Bebop Wulong. It has the same. Go look, watch Cowboy Bebop. It's the same symbol. I'm pretty sure it is. Ha ha ha. Life complete. Good day, sir. Go look it up. Go look it up. Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe you gotta watch the movie. Hang on. I'm just gonna look up Wulong's. The Wulong symbol is a standard unit of currency in the Space Dandy universe. That is exactly. I thought Wulong was also in Cowboy Bebop. Okay, so it's both. All right, look at here. You guys ready to nerd out? Are you ready to nerd out? I don't know why there aren't girls lined up at my door. Wulong is the same currency in both Space Dandy and Cowboy Bebop, and it is the symbol for Korean wons. Well, you think these economists' eyes are blind? What you Flat Highway, $5. Christian Mingle was good until single mothers and non-religious girls took it over. There you go. Exactly. It's that rule. All right. That's it. Thank you all kindly for the donations. It will go. Look at the fun, sexy shit that the super chats get to go. Stripper girls get to get fake tits and purses. I get to get radon abatement systems. All right. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.